Look at that good ass graham cracker. It looks like it has some salt. It looks like something I'd eat. Bitch. Alright guys, so y'all seen my 3MG stories, y'all seen everything I was talking about, you know what I'm saying? So I decided, let me put some stuff together. I changed around the room. You know, my shelf used to be here. Obviously, you see some stuff sticking out the walls. I have to sand this down so it can match up the wall. I changed the frames. I took the pictures out. I was a little bit like, you know what, it's time to update. So I actually put them there. I took the glass thing down. I might put it back up later. But I put all my statues here. I got my little setup here. I got my graham crackers, shitty ass bottle of water. You know what I'm saying? I got my regular chair for now because this is actually not good for my back. I don't know why. It's been hurting my back. Real talk. But yeah, I got some bullshit down there too. Yeah, I got my PC down there. I still got to get some stuff fixed. But look, I got an empty wall right here. I don't want to show you guys. Well, if you watch my video, you're going to realize everything that's behind me. It's all messed up shit. Like, I have a mess in this office. Whatever. I got to fix this all up. But yes, this is how everything is looking. Just giving you guys a little quick update. You know what I'm saying? With everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is pretty much it. I got some light sources here and shit, you know what I mean, for when I do my videos. But let's get right on to it because obviously I'm hearing some shit about Call of Duty and I just finished my live stream. So let's get right to it. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 won't have a traditional single player campaign mode. If I'm reading this correctly, right? I just finished my live stream too, but I want to get right into this. This was reported and written on Polygon's website, also reported by Charlie Intel. But I think Polygon were initially the first people to report this. Now, Black Ops, we're talking about Call of Duty here, right? Every year for the last 12 years or so, they have had a single player with a multiplayer. And it says here, Black Ops 4 won't include a traditional single player story mode according to sources with knowledge of the project status. The shift in creative direction will make Black Ops 4 the first mainline Call of Duty title to ship without a standard campaign. It says, when reached for a comment, an Activision spokesperson said, "We don't comment on rumors or speculation. We look forward to revealing Black Ops 4 May 17th. The sources who asked for an anonymous or said as Black Ops 4 release date approached, it became evident that the development of the single player campaign, wouldn't be completed. One source said Treyarch has since focused Black Ops 4's development on expanding the multiplayer in the series' popular Zombies mode. The source described an emphasis on cooperative modes as a potential stand-in for a typical single-player campaign experience. Pretty much saying they're looking at everything. And you know what? Screw all this shit. Pretty much what this is saying and what this is indicating is that story mode is not the wave for Call of Duty. I'm not going to say it's not the wave for video games because there's a lot of story-driven video games out there, whether they're single player or integrated with multiplayer. But in terms of Call of Duty, the single player is not something everyone looks forward to. If we had a percentage board, at least 15 to 20 something percent is looking into the story mode. But the majority of fans are looking into the multiplayer. What has happened over the last few years? Call of Duty has been getting a lot of flack because of the lack of experience with the multiplayer, the lack of creativity with the multiplayer. A lot of multiplayer games have surpassed the standard of what a video game or multiplayer should be in terms of depth and uniqueness. I'm not gonna say a shooter because we don't have too many shooters out there, but Fortnite, PUBG, we have other games, survival aspect games, games of who's the last one standing. All these games have surpassed Call of Duty. Call of Duty was that juggernaut title, and it's come to terms that the story mode is still being overlooked. No one cares. I don't care. Like, World War II had a decent story, but believe it or not, once you play that story one time, okay, you get emotional. Oh my God, it had an amazing sequence. It had some great plots and some great, twist to it, whatever. It was cool. But you jump right back into the multiplayer. No one is going to continue to play the single player every day after they beat it 20 times. No, people jumped right into the multiplayer. Now, that's the scary thing about developers making games that integrate multiplayer and single players, because you feel like if you put so much work into the single player, what's going to happen? Are you going to put in so much work, millions of dollars? You're going to pay actors. And that's what I'm thinking is the whole spectrum here. The fact that Call of Duty actually has a decent writer. I'm not gonna fault them for this. I'll give them credit. We don't appreciate the single player as we once did with Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Call of Duty 4, where it went into Modern Warfare 2 and we started enjoying the characters. But Call of Duty, Activision, they actually go in and get legit actors. They have a legit story writer, and the story behind their shit is really good. But no one really cares for their story mode campaigns anymore. People want to see the depth of the multiplayer. People want that experience. They want to see how much of change we can get from one Call of Duty to the next. That's the real focal point. There's not much you can do in a single player other than give us a crazy out of space story, and then that's it. Multiplayer, we want to see the new shit. And World War II added some new stuff, but the core game is still the same. Everything cosmetic is different, time period is different, but the core game is the same, everything. It's not saying here that it's not going to or ever have a campaign, but it looks to be that this rumor or these knowledge sources or whoever, credible sources, are indicating that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 will not have a story mode at launch. And if that, and I don't know why, but I seen on Twitter, people like, oh yeah, 3 years, right? LOL. Understand that multiplayer or certain games took over 7 years. The Division, the first one. However, I don't agree with how trash the game was, right? The game was kind of garbage. I heard it got better. It's whatever. It took them 7 years to develop that game. Certain games take a long time. Red Dead Redemption took several years. GTA 5 took like 4 or 5 years. People have this thing where they feel like because a game is developed in 2 years or 1 year, that should be the development time. No, certain games take a long time. So those 3 years, that if they're only doing a multiplayer, can possibly be an even better multiplayer, because now they're not splitting up the development team. I feel bad for whoever is the story writer or whoever is working on the story itself, because maybe that was their way, and I don't know if they got released, or maybe they just integrate everybody together and they put together the whole team to work on multiplayer. Like, I'm actually really stoked to hear that they're not having a campaign. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not trying to hate, but if I notice that the majority of my days are on the multiplayer, I think I might want the multiplayer to be a bit better. Like, I would want them to put more work into multiplayer, right? So looking at that aspect, I'm kind of hyped. But this could be good and bad. Good in the sense that they had 3 years or maybe 2.5 years or so to work on the multiplayer. That's great. Bad, if I think I might have confused it, but whatever. Good is if they only focus on the multiplayer for 3 years. Bad would be if we don't see a drastic change in gameplay, core gameplay. I don't want to see cosmetics. Everything looks different. There's a fucking playground mode and you can fly around here before the match starts. I don't care about that shit. The core game itself needs to change. If you spent 3 years on only multiplayer, so to speak, whatever the case may be, there better be a change in the actual core gameplay. That will be the end all be all for me on Call of Duty. The end all be all if they have not changed the core gameplay in the 3-year cycle developing this game. Why? Because there has been no focus, supposedly, on the story mode. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's basically my thoughts on everything. I just wanted to sum up because I'm confused as to why people are upset or making jokes like, yeah, 3 years LOL with the story mode. Like, understand, sometimes games take time to develop. Maybe they're actually going in to really change up the game for the 3 years. And that's why they say, yo, you know what, multiplayer ain't the wave. Look at all these successful ass games. Most of them don't even have a story mode. And I'm not talking about God of War and stuff, but I look at Fortnite, PUBG and shit. Those games don't even have a story mode. And they're skyrocketing in sales and on the charts and #1s on streams. Call of Duty at some point is gonna have to jump on some type of wave. They've been surviving for how long now? So it is what it is. You guys could drop your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Oh yeah, and they're also working on zombie mode. I kind of fell off with zombie mode. I'm not really a big fan of it, but as I used to be, because it's too much into that shit. But who knows, maybe there's no story mode for zombies either. I don't know. Drop your thoughts below. I really need to hear what you guys have to say. I want to see the ignorance. I want to see the real people who actually understand what's going on here. Is this a good or bad thing? Really break this shit down. But I'm out here. Follow me on all social media. It's your boy 3MG. God bless everybody, and I'm out. Peace.